Hello and thank you for joining us for another Foreclosure Weekly News with OccupyYourForeclosure.com. We'll go over this week foreclosure news articles. Money for people facing foreclosure goes unspent, and that's in the state of Georgia. The state has received $340 million from the federal funds to help unemployed homeowners to avoid their foreclosure. They only spent 23 million so far, and they help less than 1,000 homeowners. Well, I would not be surprised if this money went somewhere else. Home prices fall to 2002 level. That is coming from CNN Money, and that's some amazing and shocking news for us to read. Check out this article. Look what the lady was saying already in 2009.
Don't leave your home. Because you know what? When those companies say they have your mortgage, unless you have a lawyer that can put his finger or her finger on that mortgage, you don't have that mortgage. And you're going to find they can't find the paper up there on Wall Street.
There you
So I
go.
say to the American people, you be squatters in your own homes.
Yes.
Don't you leave.
In other words, occupy your foreclosure, don't run away. And later on in that same article, very interesting news from this week.
Jeff Thigpen's little county register office in North Carolina went back through a few years of records, and they found, just for a few years, thousands of documents filed by big banks and mortgage companies in these document mills. Thousands of documents that Jeff Thigpen says look to him like forgeries. Like the companies that filed them just did not care.
I can't make up my mind as to whether or not they're walking over me or they're just completely ignoring me, and both are pretty humiliating.
Well, Jeff, they will not walk over you anymore. Jeff has filed lawsuit against more than 20 banks this week for the fraudulent documents they filed in his county records office. And I wish we will see more and more people like Jeff in that same position in different counties all over the country. Sue those banks for humiliating your position of responsibility to your public. How can they file those fake documents and you just not going to do anything? And this is the biggest story of this week. More mortgage lenders could be targeted for foreclosure fraud. What happened? There was a settlement of $25 billion between Federal Reserve and JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citibank, and Ali Financial. They all signed an agreement with Federal Reserve in regards to all the foreclosure fraud that they did. And what I'm expecting to see is, first of all, another settlement coming up soon with HSBC, SunTrust Bank, MetLife, Everbank, Goldman Sachs, OneWest, US Bank Corp, and PNC Financial Services. And all those banks are going to be beyond the problem with robo-signing once they sign those settlements, and they will be able to start to be aggressive more and more again against the homeowners in foreclosure. And here is a deep look at the foreclosure settlement. We're going to see there are a ton of loopholes that lenders can jump through. So that's exactly what I mean. They're going to jump through, use that settlement as their weapon against homeowners in foreclosure. And here are some confirmations to that fact. Another article talking about new foreclosure wave to hit everyday borrowers. And we're going to see in the bottom many more US homeowners face the prospect of losing their homes this year as banks pick up their pace of foreclosure. They're going to be more aggressive. And we're going to see more stories like the next one. Women say bank foreclosed on home after accepting a short sale. If you are a homeowner in the middle of a short sale or loan modification right now, be aware you are not protected. Those banks are going to become ugly and aggressive against you, and you're going to have to be aggressive against them back. You're going to have a secondary plan in place. And if you want to know better what I'm talking about, go to occupyyourforeclosure.com to the section of the online guide for homeowner in foreclosure. Inside you'll be able to learn more how you can prepare yourself for secondary plan. In many cases, 1 or 2 days before the auction sale, you realize that the bank is not picking up your calls anymore and your representative is not stopping the sale. Don't put yourself in a position of losing the house in an auction. It's harder to deal with that after that happens. Next article, another good confirmation for what I'm referring to. foreclosure activity rising in some U.S. states. Realty Track, it's the most reliable source that I know for foreclosures countrywide, and they saying that the already numbers are rising. We're going to follow up on them in the coming weeks. This is coming from the Washington Post. Nice picture. The guy is writing, banks got bailed out, we got sold out, and I would add a few more lines down there, I guess, out of anger of what's going on right now. Next article, New York Attorney General warns about mortgage scams. Well, if you are a homeowner in foreclosure and you get a call from your bank, the bank representative, trustee company, bank attorneys, all kind of organizations like that, you gotta be aware who you're giving your personal information. There's some scammers who will collect your social security number, addresses, and all kind of stuff like that. You gotta be aware. Before you give out that information, you have to confirm who you talk to. And JP Morgan's Diamond get 23 million for 211 and bragging rights. And Jamie Dimon says 2011 was a good year. Of course, Jamie, why not? You just make a big chunk of money, go and buy yourself a few other foreclosures on the seaside, and be a happy camper. Well, we're talking about Jamie Dimon. He's the big dog of JP Morgan for many years already, and people like him should be sitting in jail, not receiving $23 million. But we will see what the future will tell us about it. Anyway, thank you for joining us for that foreclosure weekly news. And I want first of all to let you know next week we're going to follow up on new articles. Also, the link for all the articles on this week you can find if you go to occupyyourforeclosure.com. Go to the news section and you're going to see the links of all the articles there. Thank you again and have a great week.